Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valeria Espinosa, and I am a member of the Affirm LA chapter and a member of the Affirm International Committee. Affirm is an anti-imperialist, transnational feminist, woman of color-led organization. We were founded in 1989 and have chapters across the country, including in the illegally occupied Kingdom of Hawaii. I am here today because there is a war being waged on our community, one that targets people of color, immigrants, and women in this country. This war is being led by this very government, from the White House to LA City Hall, and it is fueled by capitalism. I stand here with heavy grief, knowing that LA histories and communities, particularly within the Black community, have burned alongside homes. But I am angry because politicians and employers are standing by and expect us to carry on with business as usual. Angry that ICE decided to conduct checkpoints in our city as communities were being reduced to ashes. Shame. Well, I am here to say that as a daughter of immigrants, as a woman community organizer, no more. No more to how those in power treat us. No more to corporate greed over human lives.
That's right.
And we women here today, together like this in community, we pose a threat to those people in power because we are uniting from a position of strength. We are here not solely based on our shared oppression or our histories of violence. We are here uniting based on our shared resistance. Today is January 20th, and it marks the start of a new presidential term, the second for Donald Trump with his fascist and misogynist regime. Boo! But today instead, let this be a new mark where we declare and scream out our war cry no matter who sits in the Oval Office. We are here to tell those racist, capitalist, sexist, homophobic pigs that despite centuries of subjugation, despite them starving us, taking away our health care, cutting our public education, denying our reproductive justice, they have never and will never break the revolutionary spirit of women's resistance.
Hello. As stated, my home was burned in the Eaton fire, a preventable fire. I'm not here to speak for all of Altadena, but I am here to share my story, and I'm here to remind the government and private property investors that Altadena is not for sale. Excuse me while I speak. As you can imagine, I'm still in a state of shock and grief, but I will try to get all my points across. Altadena was such a beautiful community, and it was a diverse community with predominantly Black and Latino multi-generational families, including my own. I have family history in Altadena that dates back into the 1960s. So many people lost their homes. There are thousands of families displaced, and we demand full relief from our government. I want to take a moment to thank all of the community aid in Altadena, from the churches, small businesses, large businesses, and different organizations that have come together to help victims of this fire with donations, shelter, food, clothes. Your support is everything in a moment like this. There are still residents in Altadena whose homes have been lost, or they're under mandatory evacuation, living in the Pasadena Civic Center shelter, or they're living in their cars. This is unacceptable. There are thousands of empty rental units throughout Los Angeles, and we need rent vouchers now for the people of Altadena. We also demand an immediate freeze on all mortgage and rent payments. Nobody should have to worry about their mortgage or their rent in a time where they've lost everything. And we need full funding to build our homes back before there is any talk about LA 2.0 and the 2028 Summer Olympics. We need to make sure that residents are able to build back their homes.
To go to an insurance company that quite honestly would probably deny them anyway. But I'm going to say this, we're going to get through it because we live in the greatest city on the planet. We live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, we fight. Los Angeles, we work together. Los Angeles, we care about each other. It's the city that raised me, and I love this city to death. So I'm so glad to be here with you. I want to talk a little bit about education because it's important to me. I did not come from a traditional background of most academics. My father did not have a high school diploma. My mother had a high school diploma but no college degree. My father, he was a drug dealer. He was also a fixer for a group called The Family in Pacoima. And because of that, I had no idea how to get through college. In high school, I had a child, and I was a single father, and I moved out while I was still in high school. But right across the street from my high school was Los Angeles Valley College, a community college, that allowed me to hang out for 9 years to get my degree. 9 years to get a 2-year degree. And we are here today because we need to fight for the right for every Los Angelino to be able to do the same thing. Take as long as you need. Do whatever it takes to be able to get that degree. But we also have to remember something they forget to tell us. California, college should be free. It says in the master plan, which has not been changed, I double-checked this morning so I can give you nothing but fact, that college is free. Does it feel free to you? Tuitions in community college in 1954. This is at the time of Brown versus Board of Education. For UC campuses was $50 to $100 a semester. A semester. Over at community college itself, it was 100% free. At the Cal States, the tuition was it was cheaper than what it is today. It's only about $3,000 a year, okay, that you could go to college there. But let me say this. Oh, I'm sorry, today is $3,000 a year. Today, community college is $46 a unit. Community college went from free to $46 a unit. 12 units is a full load. Cal States are currently right now at $3,500, and they're going to be raising those tuitions by 5% in the next few years. Also, the UCs are at $15,000 now to go to a UC. Let me ask you, when it was only white people who could go to college, why the hell was it free then? All of a sudden, 10 years after Brown versus Board of Education, we decide in the 1970s under Ronald Reagan, during the height of the Black Power movement, during the height of the Brown Power movement, the height of the Asian Power movement, we decided that we are going to raise tuitions. And the reason why is education's a dangerous thing to put into people's hands. And
while representation is incredibly important, what catastrophic disasters like the LA fires have reminded me is that representation isn't the only thing that will save us. Representation hardly scratches the surface of the deep-rooted systematic failures upheld by our government. These fires are a nightmarish reminder that climate change and the climate crisis is not only here, but those in power are practically roasting marshmallows watching it all happen. I've watched the effects these fires have on the LA community. I've seen how it's affected the disabled community. Things non-disabled people don't always think of, like packing extra medical supplies and packing medication as quickly as our bodies allow us, are very real and scary things disabled people do have to think about. In my case, I had evacuated to my partner's place in Long Beach, only to realize I hadn't packed enough medication. Now I'm still in the process of finding a primary care doctor and figuring out my California insurance here, as I'm still on my parents' family plan insurance in Wisconsin, which is where I'm from. Typically I have my medication shipped here. After calling my doctor, I had him do an emergency refill to a pharmacy here. I went to the pharmacy only to be told, even in emergency, it'd be about $1,000 out of pocket. As the pharmacist looked at me, waiting for me to say something, I decided in that moment that it was in my financial best interest to cancel the refill and pray I would be able to get back to my apartment before my body was too negatively impacted by the absence of my vital medication. Thankfully, I got lucky. But that is simply not the case for many other disabled people out there. Not being able to access medication is common for disabled people, especially in a climate emergency. Not being able to afford medication or have insurance approval is common for disabled people and all people. Meanwhile, our representatives, both Democrat and Republican, voted almost unanimously on a TikTok ban. The one thing they could agree on was banning an app where they know community is formed, where they know on-the-ground reporting and information is communicated in an instant. Our unity scares them because they know we're no fools. They know we will no longer fall for their buzzwords, performativity, and blatant lies. Our government, Trump, and his cult-like followers are constantly putting the United States on a rose-covered pedestal when talking about freedom and free speech. What Trump and the rest of the government fail to realize is the roses are and always have been an illusion. Underneath the wilted and unkept roses is shit. And they reek of fascism and censorship. About 6 years ago, here at City Hall, I was in these streets marching for climate justice. And while those in power hide in their bunkers, counting on us to get tired and give up, I, for one, am done waiting for them to come out from hiding. We stand here at City Hall, right on their doorsteps, to pull them out ourselves. So I speak here on Inauguration Day today, surrounded by you all, my community, to yell a not-so-gentle reminder. We cannot and will not fight this fight without intersectionality. Disabled people, gay, trans, Palestinian, no one in any minority or group or community gets left behind. We have to stay conscious and be aware of our neighbors. That is where we find the most strength, and that is where we win. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up one more time for Marissa. All right, now I want you to help me bring up Kenia Alcocer. Kenia is a member of the Los Angeles Tenants Union and Unión de Vecinos in Boyle Heights. Give it up for Kenia.
Gracias. Por ser bilingüe voy a hablar en dos idiomas, en español y en inglés. Como miembro del Sindicato de Inquilinos de Los Ángeles gritamos, ¡tener un techo! Housing is a human right. Como una mujer indocumentada aquí en Estados Unidos grito, ¡sin papeles! ¡Sin papeles! As an undocumented person here in the United States, we yell, undocumented! Undocumented! como madre, por eso estoy aquí.
For those of you who couldn't muster listening to Donald Trump's speech this morning, I'll share with you a little snippet. He started off today by saying he intends to usher in the quote-unquote golden age of America. And just after saying that, he made very clear what he means. The golden age of America is one with more war and militarization around the world and in our homelands. The golden age of America is one where our people are displaced and migrants are forced to leave their homelands due to the very policies of the U.S., only to face further displacement and attacks here in this country as they fight for basic livelihood. The golden age of America is one where workers are pushed into further suffering, all for the benefit of the big businesses who flourish off of their exploitation. And the golden age of America is one where the resources of the land will continue to be plundered as the environmental crisis ravages the world. That is what the golden age of America means. And despite Trump's promises that he will fix the problems of our society, we must make very clear that Trump is a liar. Trump and the Republican Party are no friends of the people. They are our enemies. But there's one very important thing. Our communities are experienced in struggle. Long before Trump took power, our communities have been fighting every expression of the worsening economic crisis, fighting every place the U.S. war machine rears its ugly head. We have been fighting and defending ourselves against neglects and attacks by the state, and the problems of lack of housing, low wages, lack of access to health care, and direct assault on our people will only get worse under Trump. So for those of you here, we must continue to fight day in and day out, because we know that in order to end fascism, we must decisively take up the struggle against the imperialist system whose own crisis allows fascism to exist. And so today, look around at all the people here. You do not just represent you, but you represent all of the people in our homelands who we are separated from. You represent all of your neighbors who lost their homes to the fires. You represent everyone who is forced to continue working today just to survive. Today, you bring the calls and demands of all of these people. You are joined by thousands across this country who are demanding a better world, and you are committing to bringing millions more who have yet to be reached together to organize and fight and to change.
The U.S. provided tens of billions in funding for this war on Palestinian life. U.S. media outlets manufactured consent for this genocide by promoting known lies. American universities and police continue to suppress protests and quell dissent. The U.S. not only fueled the genocide, but they went after all those who stood up for it. Shame. As Palestinians, we are clear-headed that it is American imperialism, represented by both parties and the ruling class, that continues the Zionist occupation of Palestine. The genocidal Biden administration was not our friend, and neither is the incoming administration. The ceasefire deal and the historic prisoner release it includes was not given to us by Trump. It is not his, nor his administration's gift to the Palestinian people. No.
It's 15 years old. Like, we had to unleash it from the vault. We had to be like, where's that box? And I share this because the fight, let me rephrase that. I share that because the attacks on immigrants, the attacks on immigrant workers is not nothing new, right? It's not nothing new, right? It is the cowardly actions of politicians who have nothing else to show for their work, right? But what we know is that immigrants are human beings, right? That no human being is illegal, right? And also that we have fucking power, right? And just like the day laborers who every day show up to the day labor center 7 a.m., even though we start at 8, right? Llegan temprano, they come on time. We do the work that we do out of love, right? Out of love. And this poster is also really important because 15 years ago, Angelenos led this campaign called the Not One More campaign, where we actually started challenging deportations one by one. If we saw La Migra, we saw ICE in someone's home, we didn't wait, we took action, right? We did everything in our power to stop these deportations, right? We started forming rapid response networks 15 years ago, right? We started forming comités de defensa, popular defense committees for immigrants 15 years ago. And what we saw is that it worked. What we saw is that when you challenged ICE, because they're liars, right, and they will lie and deceive you, when we stand up and actually defend our communities, and I say defend, people stopped detention buses, people infiltrated detention centers, right? People put their bodies on the line in between ICE vans and homes so there would not be a raid. So today, we're not only unboxing, right, this old relic of 15 years ago, but also the tactics, because they work.
People! I say, what's up, beautiful people? I say, what's up, beautiful people? Gracias a Dios, gracias a la vida y gracias a la tierra en la cual estamos aquí hoy en día. I always acknowledge our higher power, my higher power, who I choose to call God, the land where we're standing on today, and of course I want to acknowledge you, beautiful and amazing people, for being here today, for standing here today, and for standing up to the bullshit. I am a very proud trans Latina mujer emigrante indocumentada who has power. As you know, the current administration right now has a specific agenda to try to erase our existence. But this is not new. They have been trying to erase our existence for the past 500 years. And they have not been successful. And they will not be successful. I want for all of us to remember that each of us have power individually, but we also have power as a community. And we need to fuck shit up. We cannot stay on the sidelines and be complacent and think that this is not my issue, this is all of our issue. And so I want to invite you to know what the county budget is, what the city budget is, and influence the resources that are allocated. We should not be giving billions of dollars to LAPD or the sheriffs. We should be giving money to the people. Because the people deserve to have dignified lives. And we need to fuck shit up. We need to be radical as we are and get into those halls and shut it down. Can we shut it down? Can we shut it down? Can we shut it down? Now we're going to show our power and we're going to walk and we're going to let all the world know that we as people have power. And we're going to let them know that we are going to organize and radicalize and fuck shit up. So let's fuck shit up on the streets. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? When I say people, you say power, people. People! Power! People! Power! That's right, let's fuck shit up!
Up with the people! Up with the people! Down with Trump! Down with Trump! Up with the Insurance scams have got to go. All right, you ready? Hey, hey, ho, ho. I said, hey, hey, ho, ho.
Insurance scams have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Insurance scams have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Insurance scams have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
But
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
insurance scams have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Insurance scams have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Insurance scams have got to go.
No justice.
No peace.
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 All right, this is the new one. It's gonna go. Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Ready? Fire hydrants didn't flow.
Where did all our money go?
Fire hydrants didn't flow.
Where did all our money go?
Fire hydrants didn't flow.
Where did all our money go?
Fire hydrants didn't flow.
Where did all our money go?
Fire hydrants didn't flow.
Where did all our money go?
Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire.